I'm the parent representative on the CPG group, and I want to thank Dr. Fang for inviting me, amongst all the medical professionals. Actually, at first it was quite intimidating to be amongst all the medical professionals, but after that I realized actually there are a big bunch of great people. Okay, I'm actually in the subgroup led by Dr. Lim Chun Guan on the psychosocial interventions. And I actually personally want to thank Dr. Lim, but unfortunately he's sick today. Actually, Dr. Lim is the one who is the most hardworking. He did all the work, and he actually drafted the initial draft for us. So make the work very easy for the subgroup. Now, as the only non-medical professional on the team and a parent, actually I was very eager, to ensure that all these non-alternative treatments and non-medical treatments are looked at, and they did, right? Like I think Dr. Ong Say How shared everything that we looked at. Actually, the bottom line I took away as a layman parent from this whole CPG is that actually there are only 2 interventions that have evidence-based effectiveness, and that's medication and behavior management. The rest for, if parents just try at your own risk. But I can tell you whether it has scientific evidence-based backing or not, when parents are desperate, they literally try anything. So in a way, I'm also glad that there's now a proper set of guidelines governing diagnosis, treatment, and all the, even looking at all the alternative intervention methods to guide parents to make an educated choice when they want to seek, different kinds of treatment for the child. So I think that is very, very useful to the community, right? Not just to the medical professionals. Okay, so very quickly, I want to share something about parent support, right? Can I see how many of you are actually parents here? I expect very few. Okay, a few hands. Thank you very much. Thank you for staying behind. Okay, right. I'm sure as parents you will agree, parenting a child with ADHD is really a lifelong journey. Okay. Now for myself, it has been coming to a 26-year journey. I have 3 sons. My eldest son is here, and my my youngest son is the one with the ADHD, and he's coming to 26 years old. And I must say, even though now he's an adult, the journey is by no means over. Right. In fact, my journey with him has been a roller coaster ride, all through the years, and it's very, very exciting. And now, how do I describe, the journey? I actually don't even have the right adjective to describe it, And I think maybe challenging is about the most positive word I could find, to describe my journey with my son. Okay, and now he's an adult, right? And he has a young family, and there's still plenty of challenges, right? So, therefore, I think it's very important for parents to have self-care, right? Look, parents must look after yourselves. If you don't look after yourselves, you are not resilient. You cannot help, your children with this condition. Now, so in fact, I myself practice all this to maintain my stress level and to keep my sanity. Okay, take time off to relax, right? Stay healthy, sleep and eat well. Sometimes easier said than done. I have sleepless nights, just due to worrying about certain things about him. Do some activities that enrich yourself. That's very important. That will boost your own resilience. Patience. I think, right? Many of us parents, I think a lot of parents are burnt out because the patience just ran out. So very important to do some of these things to keep our cool and our patience. And of course, above all, never give up. No matter what happens, never give up, right? Because there's always, I believe there's always light at the end of the tunnel, And one fine day, the person will just wake up and everything will be fine. Okay, and lastly, last but not least, join a support group, all right? For parents, advocate you to join a support group because that will help you, with your emotional stress. That will help you to learn and share information with other parents along the way. You are not alone. And therefore, give us moral support for one another. So I'm going to share with you our support group. SPARK is basically a parent support group, okay? But I believe we are the only formally registered support group for ADHD in Singapore. I'm sure there are informal groups around, but we are the only registered one. We registered ourselves in the year 2000 as a society. We registered of societies. Then we registered ourselves with NCSS. We are also a charity with NCSS. So we've been around for 14 years. I'm one of the founding members. And it's all run by a small group of parent volunteers. We do have one professional on our committee, Dr. Ng Kun Hock, who's also on the CPG team. He's not here today, he's a psychiatrist. But we have no other hired personnel, we have no premises, all right? Okay, so we are very, very small, and we don't really raise money. We try to be self-sufficient. Okay, so what's our objectives and goals is firstly to create public awareness of ADHD. How do we do that? We have some educational materials like what we've given you today, our newsletter, our brochure, all that, those are for creating public awareness. We also go to schools to give talks. When schools invite us in, typically we go in and we give a 1-hour talk on understanding ADHD and some classroom management strategies to teachers during the teachers' contact time. Right? We also talk to parents if the school want to organize parents' workshops. All right? Okay? So basically our mission is to help parents and the families with these children cope better, right, with this condition. We also promote, SPARK stands for Society for Promotion of ADHD Research and Knowledge. Actually, we don't really do research and knowledge because we don't have the capability, right? But we like the word spark, spark is like, lighting a spark, right, in the child. So we just have to fit the long name, to fit the word spark. So that's how we ended with research. Research and knowledge. But nonetheless, right, while we don't carry out research, we actively participate in research carried out by other people. So whenever people carry out research on ADHD, they always want to interview parents. They want to try, this intervention method, that intervention method. Then we will extend to our parent group. And of course, parents will try, I told you they'll try anything, right? So they will try, and then, we help to support studies and research in that manner. All right, okay. So if you want us to participate in anything, just write to me, all right? Okay, now, so our activities, we are a parent support group primarily. So our basic activity is a monthly meeting for parents. Actually, it's not just for parents, for educators, for anyone who's interested to support this cause. All right, we publish a regular newsletter 3 times a year, and today I think you received our latest newsletter. It's very nicely done. It's so nicely done because our society secretary, he's not here today, he's overseas, Emin Wee, he's a designer and publisher by profession. So he designs our website, he designs all our materials, and for free. And he gets it nicely printed. All right, okay, so in fact, our newsletter is sent to all the primary and secondary schools for awareness creation, sent to our members, and we distribute it at public events like this. Okay, like I said, we support in research. Okay, we collaborate with other organizations as and when invited, like, this is one collaboration. We are invited often to speak at forums on ADHD and other special needs, so we normally participate. And in fact, the last 2 years, we had a great collaboration with Professor John Wong and Dr. Ong Say Hao from CGC and NUH. Together with a pharmaceutical company, we actually did a national award to recognize the achievements of those with ADHD. It was called the ACE Award, ACE ACE Award. We ran it for 2 years, the last 2 years, and we recognized children and teens with achievements in ADHD, as well as educators who supported them. So it was a very successful award, but this year we took a break. Okay, lastly, we also organized ad hoc activities and programs for families and parenting workshops for parents. So the last 2 years, again, we actually collaborated with another training partner, and we actually ran psychosocial programs for families. Families meaning the parents and the children come together for a 12-week program where they learn to understand each other, they learn to affirm each other, children learn to take responsibility, and parents learn to really how to respect their kids and how to encourage their children. Right? So it was a very, very successful program, and it was effective to help the families cope, improve their relationship, their communication, and therefore the children's self-esteem. All right, okay. So these are some of the things we do in line with our mission. The Parent Support Group meeting, all are welcome, is held on the first Saturday of every month, except December. We take a break in December, and we hold it at the Child Guidance Clinic at Health Promotion Board. This is by courtesy of Dr. Daniel Fang and Dr. Ong Say Hao to let us use the premises. I told you we have no premises, right? So this is premises by courtesy of them. We meet there every first Saturday, and we always have a speaker at every meeting, so the parents will learn something, and it's a forum for parents to share information and learn and ask questions. So our meetings are all posted on the website. You go to the website, you see all our meetings coming up. like for the rest of this year. We also print it on the back of our newsletter. So anyone is welcome. You don't even have to pre-register. You just come on the spot, okay? Their seating capacity about 50 to 60, so there's no problem. Okay, so that's our primary activity, and we've been doing that for the last 14 years, right? And I think a lot of parents have grown and journeyed with us. Okay, so if anyone wants to email us to find out more, spark_Singapore, you can reach us. And also, that's our website. In fact, on the website, you can find the email contacts of, and some of our phone numbers of all our committee members. All right, okay, so that is, in a nutshell, what Spark is. Okay, besides that, we also support a mailing group. This is just a e-mailing group. One of our committee members moderate this mailing group. Actually, ADHD_Singapore@yahoo-groups.com. To subscribe, you just have to send an empty email to this subscribe ID, and you're subscribed to the group. Now, there are a few hundred people in this group. The usefulness of this mailing group is that somebody will just ask a question, you know, has somebody tried this treatment? Or where do you find tuition teacher? I'm staying in the East. You know, any question. So, and you'll be amazed that there are a lot of people out there who will answer, freely answer and share. And they encourage one another. Right, so there is this is the ADHD mailing group. There's also a separate mailing group for the adults, ADHD_adult Singapore@yahoo-groups.com. So again, you know, this is to encourage people to share information. So this has been a very successful mailing group. All right, okay, I just end with by saying that, you know, ADHD, yeah, you know, we hear is always a negative, you know, they are disruptive, they are right? They are, you know, they are naughty, you know. In fact, that's why our society's tagline is, I'm not naughty. Because in the past, when it's not understood, they are always thought of as naughty, disruptive, unmotivated, you know, underachieving, etc., etc. But actually, if you look at, you know, all their so-called negative traits, there's always a positive side to it. Right? Right? If we reframe them as positive, no, they are not just hyperactive, they are very energetic, they're very spontaneous, they are creative. In fact, many of them are very creative, imaginative, right? They cannot focus, but when they're interested in something, they are hyper-focused, you know. And they are sensitive, they are unique. So if you think of them positively, we actually help to you know, create a new image, change the image, and actually you help the child to realize their potential. Okay? And of course, one such shining example is none other than Michael Phelps, right? Michael Phelps. So I hope one fine day, as a parent, one fine day, right, instead of asking, hey, what's wrong with ADHD? We could ask, what's right with ADHD, you know? And we can have a lot more Michael Phelps, Richard Branson, right? Walt Disney in our midst. And that will be the day, right? Yes, ADHD, right? In fact, the ACE Award winner of our inaugural ACE Award. He's a teen now, and he said ADHD is a gift. You know, it made him what he is today. Very unique and, you know, very enterprising. So thank you very much.